have noted them with the concern. We forget there is a we look down upon ourselves when actually we can do better. That is very, very good thing. Um, Rose Sakaja, you have made us very proud. As teachers, you have given us the stamina to teach. I know after this meal, I don't think we shall miss out on any activities because she was in Iganga from 1968 to 1971. But you can see the value she attaches to teachers. So you are very special to us, and you are all used to what you have made us proud. We are very happy. I've been trying to find out about this place. And I've told me it's one of the expensive places in the kingdom. And so we are not the place. So I want to appreciate you for you have actually rekindled our energy as teachers. We now appreciate why God chose us to what? Teachers. Because we are enjoying from our colleagues who were there by then. So that means we must also do something such that people ahead of us should also feel the effort that we are doing. Maybe to say something more about our host. I've already told you the years she was there, from there she moved to English College for A level, but she holds a master's degree from Birmingham University, UK. She has a bachelor's degree from University of Nairobi. She has worked in various very high positions, senior positions in the government, the Ministry of Finance, Kenya Commercial Bank, CIC portfolio she holds, and she's a mother. And that's why you see the worker. If you are not a mother, you cannot work. What is this place? If you will allow me to introduce my wife once again.
No sports club.
My wife, she keeps me on my shoulder. Yes. Yes. When I leave work, I go back, I'm tired. She knows what to do, and the following day I have dinner. So, madam, thank you very much and helping me to go on. Wow. The other thing that you needed to know about Madame Rose Sakaja, she made a contribution towards the construction of all angels here. Because that was the year 2018 when we launched the construction program. I shared that idea with her and she said, Marimu, she calls me Marimu. However small, I will. And she did. So, madam, we are very grateful. We have not forgotten about your love for your school. Many people, when they leave school, they forget the roots. We have never forgotten them. So we are very proud of you as our only students. Your school has gone through many completely different. As I talk now, The population is 1,932. Those are for term 2. And out of that number, we have uh, 30, 25 children special needs education. These are the things. This unit is one of the best in the country. Both girls and boys. Them using the braille. Um, the chapel you made donation to is now ready to open. I know beginning next year, the editing is doing our best to ensure that it is what is my prayer here? That if you can spare some time, you can come to your school. Like he says, normally leave him behind. This time, don't accept to be left behind. I've got accommodation, so I'll come. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. For this term, we have commissioning of candidates on 27th of this month, Saturday 27th, where we pray for our candidates. Then, 25th of October, we shall have homecoming of the old students. So if you look through your to-do list and you find some space, we shall be very happy, grateful, humbled to see you back again in your school. And people see you. I still remember the question you gave one of the girls and said, when you look at me, how old I am? And that question still rings into my mind. Even when the colleagues saw you, they asked me, when was she here? I mean, at school, I told them the years I mentioned above. And she walks with all that energy. I said, so, I think when you get closer to her, she will give you the secret. What has kept her healthy and stronger, like she looks. Thank you. So, we don't have much time here. I think I have mentioned the key issues about our school. I have a group photo. It's a mobile photo. Anyone that is around here who can take one or two or three, and we have, because our phone, some people want his out. So I want to thank you for being so nice to us and for giving us a warm welcome. I believe the family of those second. I did tell you the subjects I teach. I teach mathematics and physics. I am directing studies, so I manage issues of studies at school. And that's why the teacher trusted me with this duty to lead our colleagues here, have our refreshment, then go back and do our video. Something very important. I'm giving you the ideas to keep it in, such that we live here when we have presented our school well and even a very positive report about our school. Thank you very much, colleagues, and our hosts. Thank you. I'd like now to invite
kindly listen up. May her soul rest in peace. Thank you very much for this opportunity, Chair. I'm called Angelina Sidapa, a teacher of language, literature, English, an old student of Iganga Secondary School, year 2014-2019. And I'm very glad to stand before you today, before my old student. We've been sharing this short period, at least we've shared a lot, and I've come to learn a lot. I'm going to be very short. We shall share more. I promised a lot when you come there. Thank you very much. This is a great challenge for us, the old students, and we are going to pass on this message to even those who are still at school. As we teach them, we are going to tell them about this great news that we found in Kenya. Surely, it's very thoughtful of you people to at least think about us, to give us this great opportunity. Thank you very much, Mama. Thank you very much, Papa, for loving us. And I can't wait to host you come 25th of October. I promise I'm going to read Papa's favorite book, that is Chimamanda's newest. And I'm going to tell you about it. Then, yeah, I'm going to give you where to sleep. If you want luck where to sleep, that day.
It's called dreams.
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 Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to have it come that day, on 25th October. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and may God richly bless you.
Let me make certain arrangements for your imaging.
I think by now you in this family of ours, the one who makes me. Now the God that remember you asked whether I have been coming there, and none of you could say definitely because you don't attend the alumni. Why not? The alumni meeting is at Bianzi.
This one.
Oh, it is them. She's not one of them. It is them. Yeah. How come? You want to grow a bit old like me first before you come? No. The alumni is for everybody. Yeah, they are not years which are yeah. So from wherever, even there are some ladies who understand the education who finished 1968. I haven't met them yet. Like, but thank you very much for coming. I really was looking forward to seeing all of you because Ikanga is what made me. It is what helped me lay a foundation in my life. That's why I always remember Iganga. When I joined Iganga in 1968, it was the first time I wore shoes because it was on the shopping list. Remember when you're going to Form 1, you get a shopping list this long. Before that, there was nobody who was going to buy me shoes until they had no choice because it was in the shopping list. And the other thing which I wore for the first time was a bra because it was on the shopping list. And we didn't have a bra, so we went to the shop and said we need a bra. And the tailor there actually made a bra. Did you know that? In 1968 they made a bra and it was an orange color. And I'm wearing a white blouse. But I thought that is how it should be. So I was so happy with my new bra, which you could see through my white blouse. It was the only bra I've seen because I had never seen a bra before. So Iganga made me learn many new things. Before Iganga, I don't think I'd left that village. It is my father who took me all the way to Uganda and never came back again. During because it was too far, we live near the border here in Swama. So going all the way to Uganda is not easy. I remember when we reported, we had a headmaster called, what was his name? Tall, slender man. I think Malim remember. What song? Yeah, come again. No, there was another one. Yes. There's another name. I can't remember. Right. Yeah. But while we are at it, I wish somebody could fish out the list of the students who left Uganda in 1971. It would help find them. Because when I left now and came to university on this side, it became very difficult to keep in touch. And yet I really would have liked to get to know them. But I remember we had that headmaster who every student had to go through his office, and you arrive and you want to talk to me. And I remember very clearly him asking me, "Who you?" That's what I had. "Who you?" And I didn't know what he's talking about. You know how Mzungus can talk like they're looking through the nose. They had to call the bazaar to come and interpret. Because I didn't follow what this man was saying. All he was asking was, "Who are you?" So, Iganga brought me to learn many things. That is why I have such a soft spot for that school. So when I see they're doing very well, it is because of all their combined effort. And when he told me that the teachers are coming, I said, sure. Those are the people who are making Iganga the top. I think now you're like number three. Yes, I'm always checking when I see the results. I want to see where is Iganga. And I know it is because of all this combined effort that we all put in. And that makes me so very happy and so very proud. Because I think we are among the first ones who came to Uganda that time. I don't know what it was before Madim. Was Uganda then was I primary school before around those years?
Should I answer?
Yeah, please. I think it was not fully secondary. By the time we came to just transition.
Iganga SS original, it was Iganga Junior Girls School. Yes. Now, when the government was phasing out junior second, that was around 1964. They wanted a senior secondary school in Iganga. Unfortunately, they had no site where they would put the boys. So they wrote a letter requesting the head teacher of that school by then to accept and host the boys for some time as they planned to relocate them. As time went on, they did not. And because this mixed idea, mixing up the girls and the boys, was not the original idea for the architectures of the school. It brought issues of discipline and it became hard to manage. So the board members went in the archives and got that letter. And they wrote to the ministry again. They say, we have kept your boys for some time. Can you now find where to place them? Such that we go back to our major objective, our major aim of having this as a girls' school. And that was in 1960, 1980, around 82, 81, when they started now, they stopped admitting boys. And the last group of boys was 1985. So it's now purely senior secondary girls boarding school with a unique section for the visually impaired students. I don't know whether that answers
Yes,
your question.
thank you so much. Actually, I even saw them when I came to see when I was with you in 2018.
Yes.
You showed me where they were. I think that was a good thing. I've never understood the merits and demerits of mixed school, single girls and single boys, because outside, yes, they're all mixed. So I don't know. Maybe there are some reasons which, because I think when I was there, I think we were very happy. When we went to Navismesa girls, they were behaving like they were crazy, just because we arrived with boys in our group. So I thought it was not a real life situation. Because some were jumping through the windows, some were, blouses are not even doing, the blouses were open. Just the excitement of seeing boys who have come in our group now. So I don't know. Is that natural? Is that, and you bottling them up when they come out, they go wild? I yeah. And yet when they are on holidays, they are meeting all these boys. So isn't there anyway? That was that. By the way, I'm sure those who wrote that policy must have thought through it. But otherwise, that was my experience in Uganda. And I think I've mentioned when I was in Uganda, I was given the opportunity to go to the US for 1 year with a program which was called AFS, which was American Field Service. and it was meant for the best students. And we were two students, a boy and myself, and we were like the top English students. So that is how we managed to go for 1 year. Then came back and joined my classmates in Form 3 so that we could prepare for Form 4 exams. So it was an experience which only Iganga gave me. To have gone to the US, it was because of Iganga. And when I came back and finished and went to King's College, I didn't stay there long enough. That's why I had memories of Uganda because King's College we were just there for 2 years and it was a different sort of environment. And I remember Uganda for other things also. You know, those days we were very poor students. And when it came to bread, I don't know whether it is still the same problem. When it is tea time, you know, they used to bring bread in a whole karai. You know, karai? Yeah. Sliced bread. And then we, for each house, I was in yellow house. So they bring it outside there and everybody gets one slice. And the last slice is the fat one. Hey, we used to go in tons. Today you eat, tomorrow it is me. Next day it's so. It was so serious. You couldn't jump that queue. So those were, those days the bread looked like it was the sweetest bread because even when we went home, we lost weight when we went home. When we came to school, we put on weight because food was better than the village where we come from. So when you come from school and you're put on weight, people start saying, I think she's pregnant. I don't think. You know? Then by the time you have lost weight, you're going back to school. Aha, now you know it. Oh, they removed it. That's what they did. Yeah, so that is the experience of Iganga. And you could walk around Iganga. When I went around with Malim, I think they are built now too much. There used to be a lot of bush and garden sort of. You could pick pineapples and you could pick pawpaws. They were all over. I don't know if they're still there. Yeah, imagine. And because we couldn't afford a lot, that was very additional to our. But Iganga was a place which I remember was always strong. So when I came, I was actually in Kampala. We were doing a training in the summer in 2018, and I said I must go to Uganda. So I actually took a matatu, what we call a matatu. I think you guys call it a taxi. Took it all the way from Kampala to Uganda. And I said, Malim, I asked at the gate, and he was the only one who was there. So that is how I met. I call him Malim. Yeah, so anyway, so Uganda did that for me. From the US to Budo, then because Amin caused a lot of problems, I had actually been asked to go to Makerere, but I ended up at Nairobi. Did Nairobi. When I finished, I joined the government here. And then during that time is when I went for my master's, which he has mentioned in the UK. Then I came back to the government again, then decided to go and work for Kenya Commercial Bank. From Kenya Commercial Bank, I retired early because they gave us that option and decided to do something else. But I was again called by another bank called ABC Bank. I went to work for them, but I didn't like the banking they were doing. It was not very professional banking, so I think it's a small bank and they couldn't compare it with KCB. And yet they took me because they wanted what KCB does, but they can also incorporate. So I finished there and went into business a bit. Then from there, I went to work for the county government. I was in Tanzania. I think we all know where Tanzania is, Kitale side, until 2019. In the meantime, I had been appointed with CIC Insurance Company. I was with them until last year. And then from there, I went to join another group called Wanawake for Wanawake. Those who are doing Swahili, you know what that is? Women for Women. Which is really to assist the girl child and those disadvantaged, mostly in Kibera. You have all heard about Kibera, and it is a huge slum. So that is what I'm doing now. And I'm trying to see whether that can also translate to our village, which is on the slopes of Mount Elgon, because there are a lot of issues there also which could benefit from what they do. So that is basically what I do. I don't know whether I've left anything, but maybe you can tell me if there's something I need to clarify. Briefly, I don't want to take too much time. I know you have got a tight program to catch up with. Otherwise, that's it. Otherwise, I had 4 kids, but one died, so I have 3. They are not kids anymore, they are adults. I was still in but they're about 8 years. I was telling you, there was another one who was born 77. Yes, because my daughter was born 76. So that is, and I've got 5 grandchildren. Yeah. 3 boys and 2 girls. Yeah, otherwise my children, some of them went to study out and both working there. They come every now and again, and some of us here recently. So that is me. I don't know if anything else for relevance that I'll tell you. So as I mentioned, we didn't want to cancel this. I think it was very important. I didn't even want you to get to know about the troubles of yesterday because I think we didn't want to color badly. It's a very nice program we were all engaged in. And as I was telling one of you, you can't just work and work and work. You need time to also take care of you. So we are very interested when we have the teachers that go all over Mombasa and all over back. Do this more often. Even we don't have more money than they do. So just organize themselves better and take care of themselves. We have extended families, but also remember you need to take care of you so that you can take care of others. So please keep Iganga on top. Always, we always remember we are watching and we are always there wanting to see. And for the church Mwalim, I'll come and see. I saw the design is very beautiful. I think it is going to be a very beautiful church. Yes, I would like to come and see it. I hope Mzee is serious because sometimes he says that, then after you're going, he says, "What? Did I say that?" Otherwise, I would love to come and see what has happened. Even when he took me around, I couldn't remember. Was this the other house? That is how it is. So these days we have too many teachers who are Peace Corps. Peace Corps, the American young girls who used to come there, and they would wear, they used to wear, fashion that time was just a plain dress, which was a bit short. So when they're on the blackboard and they're trying to write, you go in energy, they're pulling it down. And the boys, of course, are sniggering behind them. So it was interesting those days. Yeah, I'm sure you don't do that anymore.
We don't have that.
They don't do that. Thank you very much for meeting us and for getting to know a bit about yourselves. I hope we get to meet again. Yes, let's go to be.
Cameras off. I have run into